plans, uncovered greens, lethargic thoughts. Begging to be something new, something forgotten. Drained, stained, contained, what will it become? The sensation is akin to feeling out for the next step, in a corridor descending downwards, without a guide. Sitting side by side, we look outward. There was nothing to obscure the experience apart from the pain of safety glass over each shoulder and the sound of tick over. Reaching over, you take the tin from my bag and open it. While constructing, a single Chinook hangs overhead, sending the space in between into wheeling disarray. The first drop started and then continued to flow. They haven't stopped since. Unsure of how to continue, we parted. I haven't slept. Falling off an edge leads to a new perspective. The wheels turned and the ground shook, the ever-changing view from the peripheries providing a nest for others to develop. Once below the surface, the machination of industry becomes apparent, leaning forever inwards on the long path which continues downward. You say that later in the year it's much more beautiful here. The search for locational envy drives on, shuffling relentlessly without a care for respite. Without air there is peace in a place where there would not be otherwise. Nowhere for your hand to grasp. This is losing the edge, losing the context from which all other contexts branch outward. Looking out from over the hillside prompts the thought that there has been nothing original built on this site for the last 100 years or so. Belts, valves, bolts and cables, all working in a choreographed sequence, give motion to that which was otherwise still. Rolling onwards on a road that is growing ever tighter, in a land where social routes are growing ever narrower. Unable to see a way out, you took off. You haven't been heard from since. Your mother is very worried about you. I only recently unearthed your note that you left. Although the worms had reached it first, I could still decipher that things were not as they should be. still, stagnating is the easy way out. That was of no concern. This was the place. It had to be. The maps that had been left for us led only to this possibility. This was the place. Beyond. Unsure where to or where from. Becoming something new in a place where nothing is the same as before. Pulsing, moving, shifting through space, we dock at 2:37, 14 days after. From one of the windows we can see a new horizon, far beyond anything previously observed. You can smell it, the unwavering feeling that runs through everything we call home. This was the first and last time it felt visceral. I proceeded to carry on. Looking through the cracks shows us light in the next room, brighter and warmer than our own. We can do nothing but remain as is. Taking that next step would be treacherous. You ask me why, I can't answer. The door door swings shut as I hear dogs in the distance, the faraway sound of cars and a turboprop light aircraft overhead. The beginning of the end never feels like a beginning until the end has already come to be. Better to remain static until the lift makes itself known. Seeking out leads to disappointment. Desired always seems one road beyond, just one more detour, one more junction. But in all honesty, we were never sure where the roads led. Staring blankly. It's untouchable. All-knowing and ever-present. The feeling that outside yourself nothing is known, nothing is quantified. All that is asked is that you do your part, play your role. Without that, things fall apart as they have done. Your warmth exited long ago, but they still wait with bated breath. Lingering for something that they once held so close, but now rest far beyond the view from their window. I can't believe how long they will wait. Scanning the others for anything notable. Something, anything. You grew restless about 2 hours in, and took to walking up and down the different compartments. On your return, you seemed more concerned than on your departure. I proceeded to carry on. You stared out the window. We left the dock on Friday, early enough to observe the orange glow over the hills in the distance. The cold wind opened you up as the main sheet swelled, pulling us outward away from steady footing. Without the buildings either side like blinkers, we were able to observe true light, and therefore direct nature of being. I was struck by a sense of familiarity of visual language that surrounds us. Multiple previous destinations and beginnings laid out on the table. Spread thin, slipping downwards with the movement of the carriage. Sheep in stone turn and stare, unsure who should take the first move. Just leap forward, the net will appear. Different colours make themselves apparent, and shapes that had not yet been named and filed filled the view. We were somewhere without language. Like there was nothing between anyone or anything. The door was open. Too far away from home.